Alright, we're back in business here. Did I speak to this person already? Okay. More information. This town is loaded with information that's actually really important to figuring out the story. It says, let me see. Yes, there was a professor that studied Liefenish. I don't know how to pronounce that, but... So, there's a town that nobody understands what they're saying. There's a guy who knows how to translate it. Hardy har, you are too late. I bottled the ferry and sold her to the caravan. Okay, well there's the ferry. Well, that's not where the ferry is, but we need to find the ferry, because if we find the ferry we can get oxy ale, which we don't know why we need that yet. We need to find a professor so we can see about learning whatever language I need to learn for the next town, which is south of us. And just so you know, you don't waste a trip, don't bother going down there until you know how they talk. And here is the spring that the ferry normally is in. And that's it for this town for now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to... What are we going to do? I think we're going to go get the ferry real quick. Release the ferry. And visit another town as well. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So caravan is in a desert. I'm just going to save you the effort and the time to look up and show you exactly where it is. So I'm on the top right. There's big desert, which I know it's not there, and there's another desert where we got the airship, it's not there. So there's a small desert to our left, and also all the way over to the northwest is a desert. That's actually where we want to go. Which, easy enough, is right here. I'll show you where we are on the map here. All I did was just scoot over a little bit. Now I'm in the northwest. You can see my blinking crosshairs there. And right here, there's a little spot. It kind of looks suspicious. Now the only places that you can dock are here, I believe. You can also dock here, which is the closest. And keep in mind, there's some pretty vicious monsters in the desert right now, so not that I want to die, but just make sure you're not too low. You don't want to die right there, especially if you haven't saved in a while. Oasis. Buy. What do you want? A bottle. Well, sounds about right. 50,000. It's pricey, but you kind of have to do it. Believe it or not, you can apparently buy more, which you don't want to do. Just buy one. Go into your items. Go to bottle. And on the bottom it says pop. A fairy appears, and then is gone. Okay. So the fairy is gone. Let's go back to the town, which is just to the left. Yep, you can't run in this game like you can in every other Final Fantasy. Oh, there she is. That pirate trapped me in the bottle. I will draw oxy ale from the bottom of the spring for you. Okay. Thank you for saving me. Remember, oxy ale will give you air. That's fantastic. Now I have air. It's good to know. You don't know why yet, but... So, pretty much in this town, unless there's things you need to buy, like, you know, the magic, you probably still have to wait until you level up a little bit more before you can even worry about level 7 or level 8 magic. I mean, I'm level 18. Oh, I have to explain something else too real quick. Yeah, as you can tell, as you level up, each level goes up 1 point or so. Basically, level 1, I have 7 magic points, so I can use any of these 7 times in battle. And as my level goes up, this will increase to 8. You know, and that'll go to 7, and this will be 6 maybe, and that'll turn to 5. Whenever you get a level that's like right now, this is 2. Within the next level or 2 levels, level 6, it'll go up to 3, and then level 7 will be 1. And then it'll keep increasing until eventually level 7 you'll have 3, and level 8 you'll have 1. And the higher your level, the more magic points you have for each. It maxes out at 9. And I've never actually had up to 9 all the way down to level 8. I've come close, but I've never actually maxed out any of the levels on the original Final Fantasy. I've always quit at like level 40, because the amount of time it takes you to get to level 50 is pretty crazy. And at a certain point, there's really nowhere you can go to level grind fast enough to make it worth it. So right now I got probably a good 2 or 3 levels before I can even buy any, or yeah, before I can use any level 7 magic. So I'll probably have to level grind in a little bit after I'm done exploring these towns. So like I said, in this town we saved the ferry. Real quick, where am I? Okay, I'm going to go south. Just kind of give you an overview of what's on the map. This is the tower, which by the way, if you go to right now, you can't get into it. You have to get a special key, which I believe is a bell in this game. It's a key in other games, I believe. From this town here. Now, in this town, the only way you can get to this town is all the way up here and docking right here. And then you gotta walk all the way down, which is kind of a pain in the ass. The monsters aren't terribly difficult, but if you get here and you don't have a way of understanding how they speak, then you pretty much wasted your time, because nobody will speak to you. They're the ones that give you the information on how to get into this tower. So we're gonna go ahead and not worry about that right this second. And we're gonna go to, here's the islands. Now in Mermaids, the town just before the Earth Cave, is where the professor is. I'm not sure if I spoke to him during the tutorial, but here we are. Okay, real quick. Remember where Mermaids is? There's the dot. Just gonna sit down here, and I'll show you exactly who we need to speak to. Everybody knows me. What? You've never heard of Dr. Uni? Alright, so he doesn't say anything else. Reason being is you don't really know why you need to speak to him. And it's kind of confusing in this game. They don't really explain much, which is why if you never had a guide for this game, you probably never beat it. Unless you knew somebody who did. But anyway, he's the man to talk to. But fortunately, we don't really have to worry about that yet, because the tower is not quite where we need to go yet. Back where the caravan is a town called Onrak, I believe it's pronounced. This town here. The only way to get to this town is by parking here, park in here, you can park over here, doesn't matter, it's farther away. But we will park here. And that'll be the end of this video. The next video I'll venture off into the next town, figure out what's happening there, and then continue on with the story as I have been. We're moving along pretty good here. We're almost about halfway through the game. It actually goes quicker because there's, it's pretty much everything is to the point instead of just kind of wandering around and figuring out what to do. So